Hi everyone. Today's pages are Jump 5.2, page 36 and 37 for everyone. So grade 5s in your Jump workbook and grade 4s in your worksheet package, or you can just look at the files on the assignment. Okay, today we are learning about mixed numbers and improper fractions. So let's look at the top box. Matt and his friends ate the amount of pie shown. So they ate 3 entire pies, whole pies, plus a quarter of another pie. Okay? So it says this number here, you can see, actually, let me write it bigger. 3 1/4. This is called a mixed fraction. Okay? So a mixed fraction has a whole number plus a fraction. Okay, so it's a whole number that's always on the left side plus a fraction. Okay, so when you write a mixed fraction, the whole number has to be on the left side and it has to be bigger than the fraction. Okay, and you can see it's sort of like in the middle of the fraction. So you need to make sure you write the whole number nice and big and then the fraction beside it. Okay, so that is called a mixed number because it's a mixture of a whole number and a fraction. Okay, now let's look at number 1. Write how many whole pies are shaded. That's pretty easy. So you're just looking at the whole pies. So A, there are only 2 whole pies. So you write 2. I'm going to get you to do B and C yourself since it's so easy. Okay, only the whole pies. Do not write the shaded fractions, just the whole pies. Okay, number 2, write a mixed number for the picture. So now you're going to add the whole number and the fraction. So 2A, you can see that there are 2 whole pies shaded, so automatically you should write a big 2. Then looking at the third pie, there's 1/4 shaded. So then you add your 1/4. Okay, so it's how you say this is 2 and 1/4. That's how you say it. B, how many whole pies are shaded? 1 whole pie. How many parts of the next pie shaded? 3 out of 4, so 3/4. Okay, it is extremely important that you write the mixed fraction properly, or else it could look like 21/4, or it could look like 13/4. So make sure the whole number is right beside it. Okay? All right, C, how many whole pies are shaded? 1 whole pie. How many parts are there? There are 2/3 shaded. Okay? All right, you do D and E yourself. Number 3, shade the amount of pie given in the mixed number. There may be more pies than you need. Okay, so A is done for you, but we'll go over it together. So 2.5, and for example, there are 3 blank pies and then a half pie. So you're going to shade in 2 whole pies, and remember it said that there might be more pies than you need. So leave the next one blank because you don't need it, and then shade in your half. Okay, B is 1 1/4, and again you have 3 pies, and the fourth one is split into quarters. Okay, so you just need 1 whole pie, so shade it, leave the other 2 blank, and then shade in a quarter. Okay, right. Number 4 and 5 are done in your notebook. So let's see. Number 4, in question 5, you will draw a picture of 2 1/4 pies. A, how many fully shaded pies will there be? Okay, so let's draw a picture of 2 1/4 first. So 2 1/4. So the last one is going to be the quarter. We're going to shade in a quarter and then shade in 2 whole pies. Okay, then A. So you need to do the drawing first. A, how many fully shaded pies will there be? So you can write complete sentence. There will be 2 fully shaded pies. I'm going to make that 2 better. Okay. Then B, how many partly shaded pies will there be? So there's only 1 partly shaded. So there will be 1 partly shaded pie. And then you're going to do C and D yourself, where it says how many equal parts will the partly shaded pie be divided into? So you can see how many parts it's been divided into, and you have to explain how you know that. And then D, how many of the equal parts will be shaded? Clearly you can see how many parts have been shaded here. Okay, complete sentences, please. Number 5, all you have to do is drawings for this. Okay, so number 5, we have 2 1/4 pie, which is exactly the same as what you drew for number 4. So we're not going to do that one together since you already know how to do that. Okay, let's do B as an example. 3 3/4. So how many whole pies are you going to draw? You're going to draw 3 whole pies, and then you're going to draw a 4th one divided into how many parts? 4 parts. The denominator tells you how many parts, remember? Okay, so we're going to shade in 3 whole pies, and then 3/4 of a pie. Okay, that's it. That's all you have to do. So you're going to do C and D yourself. All right. Let's actually continue with this. And we are going to go on to page 37 and look at that together in this video so that we don't have to divide up the videos. Okay. So, page 37. All right, let's read the top box. Jessica and her friends ate 5 quarter-sized pieces of pizza. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they ate 5 quarters. Altogether, they ate 5/4 pizzas. So you can see that 5/4 now, that the numerator, so the top number, is now larger than the denominator, than the bottom number. Okay, so see, you can see 5 is bigger than 4. Okay, that's what I'm just telling you. The top number is bigger than the bottom number. Okay, so if the numerator is larger than the denominator, that means you have more than a whole, because if you look at this number, 4 out of 4 already equals 1 whole. So if you have 5 out of 4, you know that you already have 1 whole pie, plus now you have to do the part where you figure out, you take the bigger number minus the bottom number. Okay? So you're subtracting. So what's 5 minus 4? It's 1. And then the bottom always stays the same. The denominator stays the same. So this is called, 5/4 is called an improper fraction. Okay, so this is an improper fraction. So remember, the one we did on page 36 is a mixed fraction, and this is called an improper fraction. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can do 6a together. Describe the shaded area as an improper fraction. So you can see for a, it's done for you. It says 5 over 2. So all you have to do to get the numerator, the top number, is to count how many parts have been shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 parts have been shaded, and each circle is divided into how many parts? 2, so 2 goes into the bottom. Okay, actually let's do B. B, okay, so you have how many parts are in each of these circles? 4. So your fraction is going to be out of 4, okay? Then you're going to count how many parts have been shaded. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. That's it. That's your 7 out of 4 improper fraction. C, you have 2 circles divided into how many parts? 3 parts. So automatically you're going to write 3 at the bottom. Then you're going to count how many parts have been shaded. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 3. Okay, so try D and E and F yourself. Number 7, shade one piece at a time until you have shaded the given improper fraction. Okay, so all you have to do is you need to look at the numerator, the top number, and then with that number, you're going to shade in that amount. So for example, 7a gave you the improper fraction of 5 over 2. Then you have basically 3 circles, and these 2 are all shaded, and then this half is shaded. So you need to count how many parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So to double check, you just count. You got it all. B, 11 over 4. So you're given 4 circles divided into 4 parts. Okay? And it tells you how many parts. Remember, looking at the denominator. So now you need to shade in 11 parts. So you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's it. That's all you do. Okay, so try C and D yourself. 8. Sketch pies for the improper fraction. So 4 out of 4 pies. So you're going to draw up 1 pie, and you're going to divide it into how many parts? 4 parts. And how many parts are shaded? 4. So you're going to shade in 4 parts. Okay? And as you can see, it's 1 whole pie that's been shaded, because remember, any fraction that have the same numbers on the top and bottom just equal 1. Okay, let's try B. So we have 5/4. Okay, so we're going to do 2 pies. And you know it's going to be 2 pies because now the top number is bigger than the bottom number. Okay, now, and you know you have to divide into 4 parts because the bottom says it. So we need to shade 5 parts. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and so you can do C and D yourself. Number 9. Okay, so number 9 says write a mixed number and an improper fraction for the shaded amount. Okay, so A is done for you, but we will go over it together. 9A. So you have 2 boxes. The first one is going to be your mixed fraction, and the last one is going to be your improper fraction. Okay, and then in between you have these shaded. Okay, so remember mixed number. You're looking at how many whole pies have been shaded. 2 whole pies. So that's going to go on your side, the big number. Then each circle has been divided into 2 parts, so that's your denominator for the fraction. And how many parts have been shaded in this last circle? 1. Okay, Then improper fractions, again, you know each circle has been divided into two parts, so that's the denominator. Now you're going to count each part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's how you get your mixed number and improper fractions, by just looking at the shaded amounts. Okay, let's do B. And each of these are divided into 4 parts. And 3 whole circles have been shaded. So we're going to write 3 here. Let me do that better. 3 here. Then the last circle only has 1/4 shaded. So we write 1 out of 4. Okay, now we know that each circle is divided into 4 parts. So for the improper fraction, you automatically put 4 down as your denominator. Then count how many parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're going to write 13 here. Okay? And so you're going to do C and D yourself. Number 10 says sketch the pies, then write an equivalent mixed number or improper fraction. Okay, let's see if we can do one together. And remember, 10 is in your notebook. Okay, 10A. And we have 2.5 pies. So we are going to write, okay, so because this is a mixed number, now we have to do an improper fraction. So we're going to draw it out first. So we have 2 whole pies. Then we have a third one for the fraction, and only one part is shaded. Okay, so now for the improper fraction, how many parts is each circle divided into? 2. How many parts have been shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's what you do. Then B. B gives you 9/2, and that's an improper fraction, so that means you now have to write the mixed number. So if you see a mixed number, that means you have to find the improper. And if you see an improper fraction, that means you have to find the mixed fraction. Okay, so we have to draw it out. Again, we are divided into 2 parts. And let's start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I need more. Let me add 2 more circles. Let's see if that's enough. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so that's enough. So I got the 9 from up here. The numerator tells you how many parts need to be shaded. Now we're going to count how many whole fractions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes on this side. Then the last circle only has 1 part shaded out of a possible 2. So your mixed number is 4.5. Okay, so try C and D yourself. And that's the end of the video.